This would have seemed just as improbable to my great-aunt-grandmother, as it would have seemed to a more well-read lady. The implausible idea that she is acquainted with Aristaeus and that after conversations with her he plunges into the underwater kingdom of Fethidino, into a region inaccessible to the eyes of mortals, where, as the story goes, Virgil, he is received with open arms, or, to use for comparison the image that my great-aunt might have thought of, because he looked at her in Combray from small plates, as implausible as the idea that she was to dine with Ali Baba, who, having made sure that he alone will penetrate into a cave where innumerable treasures shine. One day Swann was dining somewhere in Paris and, coming from there to us, apologized that he was in a tailcoat, and when he left, Françoise, according to his coachman, said that he had dined with the princess. At the half-light princess, shrugging her shoulders and not lifting her eyes from knitting, my great-aunt picked up with a cold-blooded mockery in her voice. In a word, she looked down on him. She considered that acquaintance with us should be flattering for him, and therefore found it quite natural that in the summer he never appeared with us without a basket of peaches or raspberries from his garden, and each time he brought me photographs of great works of art from Italy. My family did not hesitate to send for him when we needed a recipe for a gourmet sauce or pineapple compote for dinner parties to which he was not invited, because he was not so widely known that he could be trumped up in the company of people who today is the first time in our house. When it came to persons of the French royal house, my great-aunt, turning to Swann, in whose pocket, perhaps, lay a letter from Twickenham, said, "Neither you nor I will ever have anything in common with these people. We'll manage somehow without them, right?" On those evenings when my grandmother's sister sang, she made him accompany her and turn the notes she showed in relation to this man with whom so many sought acquaintance, the ingenuous rudeness of a child, handling some rare thing so casually, as if she penny price. Swann was already known to many club-goers at that time, and my great-aunt, of course, pictured him completely different to herself, saturating and enlivening everything that she knew about the Swann family, which rose against the backdrop of evening darkness in the Combray garden after twice hesitantly a bell rang, the dark and indefinite figure of a man led by my grandmother and whom we recognized by his voice. But after all, even if we approach us from the point of view of everyday trifles, even then we do not represent something outwardly integral, unchanged, with which everyone is free to get acquainted as with a trade agreement or a will. The outward appearance of a person is the product of our thoughts about him. Even such a simple act as seeing a friend is, to a certain extent, an intellectual act. We supplement its appearance with the ideas that we have already formed, and in the general outline of it that we are sketching, these ideas undoubtedly play the most important role. In the end, they learn to puff out their cheeks so deftly, follow the line of the nose with such obedient accuracy, so skillfully blend into all the shades of the sounds of the voice, as if our acquaintance were only a transparent shell, and every time we see his face and hear him voice, we capture our ideas about it. Of course, my relatives, out of ignorance, did not endow that Swann, whom they created for themselves, with many of the properties developed in him by his social life and contributed to the fact that other people looked at his face as a realm of grace, the natural boundary of which was a hump nose.